Wow, did October just take off out of the gate? Hope you got your coffee ready because we had a great week and we're going to talk about it. Well, happy Saturday morning and welcome to the Week in Review. Before we get started, you know there are some things that I've got to do. Number one being the fact that I am not a financial advisor, nor do I play one on TV. I'm just a boring old guy who is sharing his retirement plan or what he's doing to hopefully retire, buy some land, build a home, open a micro winery, and just kind of show you my journey and how I'm getting there. So again, anything that you do financially, you really need to seek a financial advisor for your own plan. Everybody's different. It's very dangerous out there in the market. You can and will lose money. Please educate yourself. This channel is for education and entertainment purposes only. I'm not giving you financial advice. So yeah, we had a fantastic week. A couple other things I do. Housekeeping notes. Always housekeeping notes right out of the gate. So let's talk about the housekeeping notes. So first off, check that out. 926 subscribers as of this morning. You kids are flipping awesome. Absolutely love every single one of you. Thank you so much. We're like this close to getting monetized. We only need 74 more subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this for the first time, make sure you subscribe, click the links and all that fun stuff to get notified. I do this update every Saturday morning for you to see exactly what's going on in my portfolio and how I'm going to retire again, buy that land, build that home, and build that micro winery. So tune in every Saturday morning, turn on notifications in case it's Sunday and you don't see it. Thank you again all so much. We are so close to getting monetized. And of course, you can always follow me on Blossom as well. My full portfolio is on Blossom. You can see exactly what I'm invested in, all the different ETFs, if I have a trade going on. It is free to join Blossom. I am actually a pro in there, so I can share more and actually look at more things. Completely up to you. Blossom's absolutely fantastic as a free application. Check it out. And yeah, if you do decide to go pro, then I get $5. Woo! Which I'll reinvest in my retirement plan. And of course, you can always buy me a beer or a coffee, whichever you choose. So this past week, let's get back over to the presentation. So this past week, we did the month-end video. So this is September, exactly how we did in September. So how did we do in September? Well, we did better than we did in August. Did better than we did in July, and so on, so on, and so forth. Of course, September was the very first, I can put this down now, the very first month full that we've been in this new plan to retire. So go back, check out that video. Absolutely fantastic. Give you a little bit insight of what's going on. And there's all kinds of other different videos you can look at as well. As you know, also, from 2 weeks back, there was a video where we did talking about the ULTY experiment, where I am taking some of the ETF funds, the distributions I'm getting, and I'm helping to pay for my deck. My deck was built in 1996 and it needs to be replaced. So we're using some of the money from ULTY to pay for this. So this is an update where we are in the ULTY experiment. Not going to go super in depth, but I am doing 100% withdrawal. That's going into my savings account. I now have just over $1,000 in savings. I still need $4,700 in that to pay for the second half. This week I put 50% down. I have to put 50% down when everything's done. Probably going to be November when that's done. So we have a little bit of time in the market to gain some income, to gain some savings. So a great video. You can see exactly how we broke it down. And I'm flexible. I changed it a little bit because I just felt that I got some great comments on it. And I felt I needed to adjust. So every time there's distributions, I'm just taking it out and putting it in savings. I'm not putting it back to work because not enough time. There's not enough time in the market to get a big bunch. If this is something we are doing next year, then yeah, I would definitely reinvest. But no, this is something that needs to be done now. So unfortunately, it need to be done. I don't have the cash to just plunk it out there. So that's where we are with the ULTY experiment. Go check that other video out. So here's the big thing you want to see. Look at distributions for this week. Oh my gosh, we had a great week. Almost everything was up. The only things that were down were ULTY and the Ethereum, the WiMAX Ethereum. Those were the only things that were down, but still, we had a fantastic week in distribution, $671. That is officially the number one week that we have had, $671. We are up almost $200 or 36%. Absolutely incredible. That's just phenomenal to me. I'm not doing anything but sitting on my ass, and I made excuse my French, and made $671, almost $700. So absolutely fantastic week. Definitely fantastic. All right, so, and then Robinhood trading. As you know, I'm doing some trading in Robinhood. So I had 3 trades this week. We closed out the Palantir from the week prior. Did a Bitminer, and then I'm in SoFi right now. I'll probably be out of SoFi Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. But we added $349 more to our account, which went to Bitcoin, the Roth. And so for the month, obviously only 1 week of the month, $349 going towards retirement, going towards all those really cool goals. All right, so let's see here now for our reinvestment. So here's what we did with that money. So first off, paid $42.53 on my credit card. We bought Bitcoin in Robinhood and also in Coinbase. And did you watch Bitcoin this week? It took off. It's as of this morning, it's at 122. It went down to 110. And unfortunately, I was wrapped up in the Palantir trade using some margin, so I couldn't do anything, which absolutely sucked. But that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I've still, the Bitcoin you see that I bought was not at 122, so made some money on Bitcoin this week. It really had a great week. That was really cool. Really, really cool. And then what else do we do? Okay, so here are the additional shares that we bought this week. So you'll notice something probably right out of the gate. The BTGD is the one that is the lowest, and that's because that one does not pay a distribution. So I'm using other things to add to the BTGD. It's not a big one. That's more of just a store of wealth, just to kind of grow that. It had a really good week this week with Bitcoin going up as well. But everything else, this is the first week. This is really the first week I think that I've actually added at least 1, if not 2, shares to everything. Pretty close to 2 on most of them, which is really cool. So you're starting to see that snowball effect go as we're adding more funds. We're getting more distributions, and more distributions, we get even more shares, and again it snowballs, which is really cool. It's fun to watch, and it's fun to watch this quickly. This has happened pretty quickly on my account. Of course, we'll get into the account balances later, towards the end of this. Okay, next, here's what we did for end of the week holdings. Here is where we are sitting. Of course, ULTY is the big one because the majority of that is in my city, and that's funding the deck. We're almost at 100 of the coin. But that's where we are sitting right now. Wish I had a little bit more Palantir, but Palantir is priced pretty hefty, and I'm evenly distributing everything. So here's potential what we have for next week. So everything is down except for Nvidia, and that's just because it's after that peak, it's starting to go down a little bit. But look at, still a Robinhood. My Round Hill Robinhood is still over $100 that we're getting from Robinhood this week. So next week. So absolutely fantastic. And the account balances. So here we are sitting the account balances. We went up. I got it on my notes right here. We went up we went up $2,700 last week. Up. Okay, if you watched last week's video, the balance was like $43,000, and we added $2,700 to our account this week. That includes taking the money out for the deck. We still added, because I do not anything that for the deck, that once that's out, that is not part of this portfolio. It is no longer part of the portfolio. I do not count savings in this. So yeah, we went up $2,700. Like I said, October just kicked in, and everything just took off. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So we look at our goal, our $50,000 account goal. We're only $3,400 off. So are we going to hit that in the next week? Yeah, probably not. Probably not going to hit that this week, but still pretty darn cool. So here's where our distributions came from. Citibank 241, E-Trade 291, and Robinhood 138. Again, that Robinhood is continuing to grow because we moved so much over from E-Trade to Robinhood. You're going to see Robinhood overtake E-Trade. Because I am keeping, if you go back and you watch the video from Wednesday, you will see that I have some Round Hill Robinhood coin, and then the YieldMax Ethereum ETFs are staying in Robinhood, just leaving them there. I mean E-Trade, staying in E-Trade. I'm just whipping them off over to Robinhood as they pay, instead of just moving the whole thing over. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing there. And then, so obviously for the month, everything's the same. First week, but let's talk about the forecast. So last week of the forecast, I had this in $600. I'm tamping this down a little bit. I'm thinking we're going to be closer to $570 for next week, which brings our monthly to $22.83, which is going to be our banger month. This is going to be the biggest month. October is going to be the biggest month that we're going to have. And that number is actually 4 weeks. There's actually 5 weeks in October this week, but that number that you just saw is only that number. I'm going to show it again. There you go. That number, that 2283, is only for 4 weeks. Now, if I went by the 671 that you just saw, if I have a week like 671, you're talking $2,600 in 4 weeks for the month of October. That's cool. How'd that happen? So how'd that happen? Number one, I had some money in savings that I put to work instead of just sitting there and earning point something 0.000% each month. Put that to work. Plus, I'm trading and putting that money to work that I earn and rotating it and just wash, rinse, repeat. So absolutely fantastic week. Again, tamping down those expectations a little bit. So we're still forecasting about $30,000 extra annual income with the plan. And again, these are estimates. These are not actuals. These are estimates, just what I am thinking. The market goes up and down. As the market goes up and down, everything does change. So I want to thank you again for joining us for another Saturday morning update of the account. I hope you have subscribed. I hope you're enjoying what's going on. Would love your comments. Any content that you want to see moving forward, hey, put it in the comments. Let me know. Have an absolutely wonderful day. And don't forget to subscribe and check out these other videos that are here. Bye.